Chat, you really want to look at Genderbent
What's up, nerds?
Primarchs?
Zach the
Genderbent Primarchs. Instantly, Fulgrim's gonna be the sexiest. What are we even talking about right now?
Goblin here. It's that time again. It's time for some more slop content. Everyone likes a little slop
We
content
do love
from
slop
time to
content
time,
here,
and
though.
everyone likes Primarchs.
We
so I
really
figure,
do.
why not combine the two? And what is the top dog of slop content? You got that right. Tier lists.
Waifu.
But
Tier
this
list.
time, there is a little twist. This time, we are going full Gunner mode. The idea for this one was inspired by some comments on my ranking the Primarchs on the autism spectrum video, as well as the follow-up, which if you haven't yet, you should definitely check them out. After you finish this one, of course. So today, I will be
This is your
placing
top
the Fem
video? This is
Primarchs
so
on a
funny.
tier list based on my own various, completely arbitrary criteria that I am making up as I go.
No,
So
I
if you
get
have
it.
any differing opinions, please let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell for more totally important Warhammer 40k videos. Oh,
Chat, the question is, how hard will we bark for female Rogaldorn? How hard are we gonna bark?
okay, it's time for a baddie alert Primarch special. It's Goblin time. Okay, so we are going to be going in Legion order and start with Lioness Johnson. For regular viewers of the channel, I make it no mystery that my
Okay.
favorite Primarch is the Lion.
I
Because
love
of
it.
this,
He's so
you might
autistic
think that
coded. I
my
love
favorite
him.
Primarch would get an automatic S tier. But the thing is, the Primarch of the First likes to keep too many secrets, which is pretty toxic. But at the same time, we do like a competent baddie. And the Primarch of the First is definitely competent in what she does, even if she has a hard time with reading people and social cues. But in this context, that might even be seen as endearing to some extent. So I'm going to place
Okay.
her right in the middle at B tier as kind of a baseline to judge everyone else against. This may or may not change as the video goes on. B57070. Next up, we have Fulgrim. I couldn't think of a femme name for this one, so we're just going to stick with Fulgrim. So I'm going to cut right to the chase here.
A tier.
Fulgrim is definitely
A
into
tier.
some freaky stuff.
A
Now,
tier.
a downside would be that she would for sure expect you to worship the ground she walks on. Definitely a dommy mommy, if you will. But who knows? Maybe that could even be seen as another positive depending on your proclivities. I mean, she follows the literal god of pleasure and excess, so yeah, you're probably gonna have some fun. Some might
tier.
even say that eternal damnation is a small price to pay. And I would be one of those people. S tier, baby. Which from now on is gonna be called the baddie alert tier.
I don't know. See, because, like, if we want to talk about, like, girlfriends, right? Would Fulgrim not be a very, like, high, what is it called? High maintenance? Wouldn't that be insanely high maintenance? Ooh, I don't know about that. At least she would take boss regularly. As a triple S tier. You're absolutely right. She takes boss, triple S tier.
CBA 3B9. So
What
I'm gonna
are
keep it
these
short
tags?
with the Primarch of the Iron Warriors. I'm not especially a big fan of Perturabo, and that
No.
definitely transfers over to Petra. She is built
Peter
like a
Turbo
damn
would yell
tank,
at you.
so that's cool. That being said, she is way too hard-headed, but in like an aggressive way. And Petra has this uncanny ability to see the flaws in anything that she's looking at, which is sick when it comes to siegecraft, but the thing is, I have a bunch of flaws, and I don't think I'd like them being pointed out all the time. Also, this holds true for pretty
Ooh.
much every trader Primarch on this list, but I'm only going to mention it here so I'm not repeating myself a bunch. Petra definitely has top tier daddy issues. Also, if I'm being frank, I think she would beat me. So that's why I'm going to place her down here in B tier. B
Stop! I'm putting her in B tier because she beat me. I feel like that would apply to, like, all the chaos, like, Primarchs, though. Those are color codes? You know what? I understand. I understand. Terrible girlfriend, but sometimes we make bad decisions. Maintenance, you change your oil or something? You don't get what high maintenance means when it comes to girls? Okay, when someone describes a girl as high maintenance, it's because they take a lot of, like, effort into their, like, into taking care of themselves. Oh my god. I kinda... No, stop. Wait. They're not hentai codes, are they? I feel like they're too long to be hentai codes. I don't know. It's 6 digits. Are they 6 digits? I have no idea. You know what? Science.
E18686. Now we have the Primarch of the White Scars. I had the same issue as with Fulgrim, and I had a hard time picking a femme name, so I'm just going to refer to her as the Khan from here on out. So the Khan is probably the most level-headed and well-adjusted of the Primarchs. One of my favorite pieces of lore supporting this is that during the heresy, many of the other Primarchs, both loyal and traitor, expected the Khan.
Oh! That's what the... I get it now. I get it now. I get it now. We paused at a very awkward timing, but I understand the pinks now. I get it. Okay. when you guys were like, when you said the hex codes, I was like the color codes, I was like, oh, and then someone said shades of pink, and I was like, oh. Understandable. Have a nice day. Show us the colors, Mio. Let's judge for ourselves. No, chat. I believe in your ability to judge the colors yourself. If you don't understand, that's okay. If you don't understand, that's okay.
To join Horus. Hell, even the Emperor wasn't sure which side the Khan would pick. Ultimately,
she's
she
gonna
didn't,
keep you on your
and
toes.
her reasoning was basically, well, yeah, the Emperor is a dick and kind of a tyrant, but it's better than literal hell. I mean, they are called the ruinous powers for a reason.
Yeah,
also,
that
she
makes
likes
sense.
to go fast, so that's fun. So this placement is hard for me because she definitely belongs in B tier. My bias towards the Lion makes me want to place her below, but the Khan doesn't have the toxic levels of secrecy that Lioness L. Johnson does.
That's true.
So I think for now at least, I'm
She's
going to place
high
her
B tier.
right above the Primarch of the First, C27E79. And that leads us to Freya Russ, Primarch of the Space Wolves. Loyalty is a big plus when it comes to Freya. I mean, they have the whole canine iconography. Also, she has two big-ass dogs with her. I know they aren't actually wolves. There are no wolves on Fenris, but they look like dogs, and that's good enough for me. Freya can be a little blunt,
she
which
comes with her
could be
own
positive
dogs.
or negative, depending on the situation. That being said, a lot of the rough and barbaric tendencies are kind of there to mask a more thoughtful and intelligent mind, which she would definitely show more of in private. But one thing I'm pretty positive on is I'm sure she would be fun. Definitely likes to party and get a little rowdy from time to time. My fear is that I don't think I can keep up with all of that, if I'm being honest. Also, I think she would probably beat me, but in a more fun way than Petra. Like,
I love how most of these just kind of end with, oh yeah, but she'll beat me. Also, I just want to point it out. I don't think this is so much as being a furry, but we're all fucking nerds here. We paint Warhammer models. Who goes out partying? Which one of us goes out partying? I play fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm going to locals, and then I'm going home. We're not partying. So, she would be like a mid B tier for me.
where with Petra, I feel like she's beating me out of malice. With Freya, I think she's just like playing around and wrestling with me, but doesn't realize her own strength, and I just get seriously hurt a lot.
Damn.
But like, it's kind of an accident. But you know, still hazardous to my health. Also, Fenris is really cold, so I guess it really depends on how well you handle those colder temperatures. I don't think I do super well with
guess,
it being
yeah.
that cold all the time, but also, Freya is a baddie, so I think I'm gonna have to put her right here at B tier below the Lion though. Again, I'll probably adjust some of these at the end. I think it's FF6982. Next up is the
Understandable,
Praetorian
have a
of
nice
Terra
day.
herself, Regalia Dorn. Regalia is also very hard-headed, but not
That's my
quite
wife.
as aggressive as Petra. When it comes to Regalia, though, I think that her straightforwardness would be a good thing. There is no lie with her, which I think is commendable. But I think that her kind of uptight nature would mean that she isn't down for a lot of fun. Also, I think that because she sees things as very black and white, she would have a tendency to look at things based on how they should be instead of how they actually are, if that makes any sense. And something
Okay.
else to note, if male Rogaldorn is anything to go by, I would probably catch a swift backhand anytime I mouthed off. And that's if I'm lucky and not instead subjected to
they
the
all
pain
end
glove.
with you
So
getting
while
beaten
Regalia
up?
Dorn has some positive traits, I think that her biggest weakness is that she's just kind of boring. So I'm gonna put her in C tier.
No! Hear me out, chat. Hear me out, okay? Sit tight for this, okay? I'm a mess. I'm a mess. Okay? So I need someone like Rogaldorn to straighten me the fuck out, right? Like, don't, like, you know, I need someone with that Rogaldorn personality to straighten me the fuck out. Tell me what to do and I'll do it. I need the correction. So, Rogaldorn S tier for me, baby! He would fix me! He would absolutely fix me! He is S tier for me, I love him. That is my man's right there. I would be fixed. I don't know, I'm very beautiful, I guess. Bestie, no, you're not don't say that. That's crazy. Also, my apologies. Don't apologize. This is your tier list. This is your tier list. Go off, King. He can fix me. S tier, baby. Everyone else on this tier list would not fix me. Therefore, they are not S tier. Actually, no. Rabute Gilliman could fix me. Sanguinius could fix me. No Flamadorn, only productive. That's what I need! Do you know just how much? Do you know just... Okay. Do you want to know something? I have, like, terrible executive dysfunction. And I feel like getting yelled at by Rogaldorn would fix me. I'd be like, yeah, don't be mad at me. I'm gonna go do my work now. You know? I do it. I do my work. He won't let me take the remote out of the wrapper. That sounds just like my family, which is like also good. I can fix Conrad. I know I can. You cannot fix Conrad. Conrad is below D tier. That's a she will kill me tier.
It's FEA 993. So Cassandra Kurz is literally insane. Like,
yeah.
She would almost definitely torture me, and not in a fun way like Fulgrim would. Even I have my limits. No goth baddie is worth being flayed alive.
The editor just keeps putting the word coward there. It's so good. Oh my god. Chat, would you die for a goth baddie? But here's the thing though. Here's the true question. If Conrad Kurz is a goth baddie, is she a big titty goth baddie though? Or would she be a humble goth baddie? That's the thing. Big titty goth baddie or humble goth baddie? Big, you think big? He can break me? Fem Crow exists? I feel like Crow would be the big titty goth baddie. Hi besties, it's me, Miwa, and if you're enjoying today's video, please consider subscribing, okay? Like, please times a billion. I'm like, really asking this of you, ne? That'd be heresy? Girl, we're literally looting the Primarchs right now. Everything about this stream is heresy. Everything about this stream is heresy, except the challenge to fix her. Guys, do not try to fix Conrad Kurz. You cannot fix Conrad Kurz. Stop. Bad, chat. Beat you guys with a shoe. Bad. Do not Conrad Kurz, chat.
Honestly, I think I have to make a new tier just for her.
Are you sure?
Does this change things? I feel like you could go to sleep and like you wake up to like Conrad Kurz or Crow just staring at you in the middle of the night. Right? Maybe I don't want to fix her. Oh my gosh, shut up.
Maybe I've been a bit too hasty. I think I'm gonna bump her up a little bit. FFE0E2. Next, we have Sanguinius, Primarch of the Blood Angels. Sanguinius feels gender neutral to me, so I'm just gonna continue with that name. Sanguinius is a baddie as a guy, so you know that only increases with the femme version. Sanguinius is just all around pretty sick, and would definitely be fun to be around. I know some of you are thinking that the whole blood rage thing would be a downside, but let me explain to you why it's actually a positive. You see, yeah, she has her own internal struggles, but like, don't we all? Also, she's aware of her flaws and strives to be better. We love a self-aware queen. And I don't know, man. She is literally an angel. What can I say? I just feel like she would be super warm and supporting. We have another baddie alert with Sanguinius, and she lands a spot at the top. At this point, I'd like to note that unlike the other tiers, the baddie alert tier isn't really ordered, and I feel like any of them could take the top spot. Oh, and FFB9BE. Okay.
Guys, I do feel like Sanguinius would be waifu tier though. Sanguinius is probably like the most waifu out of all of them. Probably Sanguinius and Robute Gilliman are probably the most like I would wife you up in a heartbeat. Right? Right?
Okay, so just like in the autism spectrum video, I have to note that I don't know as much about the Primarch of the Iron Hands as I do about the others. It shames me to
Ferrus
admit
Manus
it, but
would
I
beat you
haven't
up.
read the Gorgon of Medusa yet. But Farrah Manus is definitely giving off muscle mommy vibes, and has rad metal arms. Again, my knowledge regarding the Primarch of the 10th is lacking, so I could be wrong about this.
No, you
but
get beaten
I feel
up
like she'd
too.
protect me, and I like that. She does have one big negative going against her, though.
So no head?
So I'm gonna put her at the bottom
Wait,
of
what?
B tier. And I think
Someone needs to explain that to me. Do you know the name of Ferrus Manus' ship? No, I don't know. Tell me. But also, what do you mean? What? Someone explain the no hit thing to me. Because Fist of Iron. Oh, you're right. I forgot how his ass died. You know? I forgot about that bit. I'm not gonna lie. I did forget that, you know, her ass is dead. It's a minor issue. Just think though. Sturdier handies.
FFB1D6. And Grania, and yes, that name is extremely creative, is very angry and scary, and would almost definitely kill me. She is a muscle mommy, and would probably
scream at
step
you.
on me, which are arguably the only pluses I can think of. So this one isn't going to take a lot of consideration on my part. Bottom of D tier. It's 8F6665.
I'd be
Next
scared.
up, we
They
have
yell.
Robusty Girly Man.
Robusty
Unfortunately,
is
I couldn't
crazy.
find a lot of artwork, which was surprising and disappointing. The Primarch of the Ultramarines is very capable, which is a plus. A competent, successful queen is always great. Out of the Primarchs, Robusty is on the high end when it comes to caring about regular people, which obviously I like, being a regular person myself. I do feel though that she would never have time for me, as she would always be too busy. Also,
No, but
and
that's like
this isn't
Prime
really
Housewife,
fair,
though.
but I think I have Ultramarine fatigue, which is negatively painting my opinion. But I think she definitely belongs in B tier. And yeah, you know it's FF94A4. Next up, we have Morticia, Primarch of the Death Guard.
But she's
I am
stinky.
just going to cut to the chase
Probably
with
like
this
a
one and let you know that
C
she is
tier.
easily bottom tier for me. I mean, come
Yeah.
on, stanky, putrid even. Also, I doubt she would be very fun to be around. Like, you would be catching diseases just being in the vicinity of her. So yeah, she definitely goes in the bottom
Yeah,
tier.
no,
And I
Morticia
think
is
this
definitely
one's
not waifu tier.
9FAF6C. Okay, so we are at Magnolia the Red. Magnolia is super smart, which is cool, but almost to her own detriment sometimes. She just lacks restraint, which sometimes can be a good thing, and sometimes isn't. She would probably talk down to and demean me a little bit for not being as smart as her, but between you and me, I think I would low-key like it. Unfortunately, she has hardcore self-destructive tendencies and likes to drag the people around her down with her. I was thinking of putting her high C or low B, but then I thought, big red mommy. I mean, look at her. Also, I can't quite place my finger on it, but for some reason, there's something else driving my subconscious to place her higher. So I'm going to put her in A tier.
Menhera women are okay, chat. Menhera women are okay. She might be a bit Menhera. She might be insecure as fuck. She might have like personality issues. But hear me out, chat. Hear me out. It's doable. It's very doable. It is very, very doable. The breast mind control is real and forgives Menhera. It doesn't work. You know, actually, like, fun fact, that's how I, like, scared a guy off, because, like, this one guy was coming on to me, and I sat him down, and I was like, buddy, you don't understand. Like, I really appreciate that you're saying these things to me, but I'm really fucking crazy. I'm severely mentally ill. Please do not. And he, like, unfriended me. So I guess it worked. So, hey. What do you mean, coward? Who isn't? I was like, you don't understand, bro. You don't understand, brother. I'm fucking crazy, bro. I'm like so mentally ill. Even my therapist was like, the fuck? And he unfriended me. So I was like, we're winning. We're like actually winning. Let's go, baby. Was the goal to scare him off? Yes. The goal was to scare him off. So we succeeded. But also, men, hero, women, A tier, I agree. Probably not waifu tier, but I do agree.
I think it's CC2D67. Next
Damn.
up, we have the bad girl herself, Isis Lupercal. Isis gives off tomboy vibes, which isn't usually my thing. Also, loyalty
Never rate
isn't her
again,
strongest
damn.
character trait, obviously, so you can't really trust her. I just feel like she would definitely sacrifice me to the ruinous powers if it suited her. That being said, before she went super crazy with warp influence, she was really cool and fun to be around, so she gains points there. So I was gonna put her at the bottom of C tier, but then I realized her Primarch power is literally super charisma, so I think she would riz herself ahead of Rogaldorn. Oh, and B.
What? That's crazy! My editor low-key hates me, it's okay. My editor watches my videos sometimes and my editor's like, I don't get it. My editor doesn't understand me and it's okay. She hangs in the background. She does! No. She's like two-faced. So like I put her like, I don't know if she's hot enough for me to be like okay with her damage though. I don't know if I'm like, I don't know if she's hot enough for me to deal with that damage. I feel like out of all of them, she's like the most like susceptible to like outside influences, and like that like low-key like fucks me up, you know? Imagine hating tomboys, cringe. Oh my god. Chad's beefing with Gunnar Goblin now. This is so fucking funny. I can't fix Horus. I don't think we can fix Horus. I honestly don't know if we can fix Horus. I think like, I don't know. Her being a tomboy is one thing. The editor himself, oh, I'm sorry. You're right. No, Chad's beefing with your editor. We can fix Horus. We cannot fix Horus. Okay? Keep her from getting stabbed. We cannot fix Horus. Stop trying to fix Horus, okay? You can't fix what's already broken, chat.
E18686. Now it's the Primarch of the Word Bearers, Aurelia. Aurelia is super religious, which at first glance would be a negative for me. But then I realized she is actually bad girl religious, which flips it right over to a positive. I mean, I do like someone who is passionate about something. Now, there is a danger here. Like Isis, there is a danger that she would sacrifice you to the ruinous powers.
What?
But also, you know, there's that dumb part of my brain that thinks, oh, I could save her and stop her from worshiping the Chaos Gods. The only other downside is that she would definitely just preach to you constantly. But I don't know, man. I just feel like she would be a low-key freak. B tier below the con. And
I can't even deny I went to fucking Catholic school. Like, Catholic girls are fucking freaks, bro. They really are. I went to Catholic school. I can confirm. The more like repressed you are, the bigger of a freak you are. I mean, that's quite literally why I am me. But also, this is not waifu tier. I don't know. This is the kind of girl, right? Where like, if you wanted to impress her, you really wanted to impress her, you have to go to church like every Sunday. You know? Like, you have to go to church every fucking Sunday. And it's like, I don't know if I could date someone like that. Like, I don't really wake up early on like Sundays, so... you know? You're taking every girl above Dorn as a microaggression. No, I can see the vision in some of them. I can see the vision in some of them, low-key. But yeah, no, why is Dorn so low? Ah! What do you mean just Sunday? All days are holy? They have church on other days that's not Sunday? What? Everyday church? Where do you guys go to... What? What do you mean church is every day? She's a daddy's girl and Corferon's not a good father figure. But I mean, you know, if we're talking about daddy issues, right? All of them have fucking daddy issues, though. So... you know, it's not a great... You're not really picking, like, you know, the best out of a bad batch if you're looking for girls with no daddy issues.
And it's FFC1C5. So Hestia is just a good person. She is the Primarch of the
Yay,
Salamanders, the
Vulcan!
legion that cares the most about humanity. The Emperor even says that she was his greatest creation because she was a genuinely kind person, a human amongst gods. With Hestia, we have another muscle mommy, and she is the strongest of the Primarchs, so I think that I would feel safe in those big, strong arms. A tier, 382131. Now,
The true question is, does she have Chun-Li thighs though? Because if she has the Chun-Li thighs, that's a baddie tier for me. So I did find I have an optometrist appointment. No, but thank you for being here and thank you for being so cool with me reacting to your videos. I do very much enjoy them. Thank you so much for being here, Gunnar. Actually, you know what? No, what do you want me to call you? Because like maybe calling you Gunnar Goblin's like too formal. I don't know. Of course she has it. You know, the Chun-Li thighs? If she do have the Chun-Li thighs? Baddie tier. Maybe he can get better opinions once he can see properly? That's crazy! That's crazy! Oh my god! That's a crazy fucking rose. Mr. Gunnar? Oh, okay. You know what? Mr. Gunnar sounds about right. I'm proud of that one. Oh my fucking god. We're just getting fucking roasted. Oh shit. Okay, but hear me out. Firm handies, right? She could give you a really firm one, right? You checking out? No, thank you for being so cool.
we have an emo baddie alert. Corvus Corax has a strong sense of justice, hates oppressors, and a strong desire to overthrow them, which I love. I like birds, ravens especially.
Okay.
Corvus looks like she would have a lot of disdain for me, but would low-key be nice to me in private. Which again, and I know I'm really telling on myself here, I would like that. She is kind of sensitive and melancholic. She is also driven to distinguish herself from her sister Cassandra Kurz, who she gets compared to frequently. All of this just makes her seem more human and relatable to me. She would definitely be the "he ordered chicken strips" meme. So we have another baddie alert, and she gets put in top tier.
Okay, but hear me out. I feel like she'd be arguing with people on Twitter. I feel like if she were a girlfriend, she'd be arguing with people on Twitter about rights and stuff like that. Now she might be your goth baddie with big titty goth GF, and I would support her the Karen type, not the Karen type. You know how like people like to argue about like morality on Twitter and stuff like that. She has strong ideals. She do have the strong ideals. She really does. She would be very vocal about them. And you know what? We stand a queen. We stand a queen with like opinions, with strong opinions. Love that for her.
E292A1. Finally, that leaves us with the Double Trouble Primarchs of the Alpha Legion. This is another one where there is a surprising lack of artwork. What I said about toxic secrets with the Lioness is multiplied by like 1,000 with these two. They have way too many secrets. Also, they would be constantly manipulating me, for sure. I mean, I couldn't even trust that they are who they say they are. So they are definitely towards the bottom. But twins. FFC8CD. Okay, this is later, Zach. I've let the list sit a little bit, and I think I'm gonna make some changes. To start with, the spell that Magnolia held over me that I can't really explain has dissipated. And free from that haze, I think that Hestia should be ahead of her.
Okay,
Next,
no, that
my
makes
mind
sense.
has been pulling towards Aurelia. Something about her makes me want to place her higher. I think part of it is that she has let normal humans have so much sway over her in the past. I think that makes her more likely to actually listen to what I have to say. Also, she gives off super sub vibes. And as you've seen throughout this video, isn't normally my thing, but with her, it's a positive. I don't know, man. Again, I just think she would be freaky as hell. Finally, we have Cassandra. I know this is just the dumb part of my brain. I know
Female Lorgar would peg you. I'm just gonna say it. I feel like female Lorgar is that kind of girl. I feel like female Lorgar would peg you. I don't know if this I don't know about that. Some things are worth it. What? You're just helping her? Okay, you know what? You know what, chat? I can't argue with you there. can't argue with you there. You say like it's a bad thing. It's probably not. You're probably fine. She's like into religion. I think she'd be like more freaky than Fulgrim, because having like grown up with like really religious girls, the things they get up to scare me.
Know that this is me being stupid, but for some reason, the dumb thought of I can fix her keeps popping into my head.
No!
I can't explain it.
Ah!
I mean, as long as I act perfectly and don't do any crimes, I'll probably be fine, right? I think I could find a way.
No!
Well, that will do it. Here's my final Femme Primarch tier list. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I have also been asked to do the hottest Primarchs list, but like the normal male version, but I feel like to be fair and equal, there should be more scandalous artwork for that video to align with this one. So in that vein, I would like to commission some artwork of the Primarchs oiled up so I can properly rank them. If you are an interested artist, please reach out to thegoonergoblin@gmail.com.
We could do a best husbandos tier list. We could do a best husbandos tier list. Who is the best husbando in Warhammer 40k? And why is it sanguineous? I don't know. You know what's the thing? The thing about me is that the problem with me is that I like my men alive. That instantly just drops all of them down. You know what I mean? Do you agree with this list? I agree with it for the most part. The only thing I don't agree is Rogaldorn. Ah! Literally Rogaldorn. No! Put it back up. What the fuck? Ah! Yeah, Rogaldorn is in his own like heavily fortified like tier. Maybe you consider them as if they were alive. You know, we have to think about it in like hypotheticals.